And he replied less than an hour later, and he said, 98%. And I realized if 98% of our revenue is coming from 10% of our customers, we don't need a 40% activation rate. We don't need a 50% activation rate. We need to find the right 10% of our customers and activate them. So Igor built a predictive model. So anytime a new customer signed up, he would score them on their likelihood to become a valuable customer for PayPal. And what we did is we took the top 10% high scoring customers and gave them like a white glove welcome experience. So we'd have one of our top customer service reps call them, answer any questions they have, get them technical support, and just help them get up and running on the platform. So we called half of these high scoring customers and we ignored half of them like a control group because we did an experiment. And then 6 months later, we looked at the data. And the customers who we called in the test part of the control group ended up being worth 40% more than the control group. Now, 40% might sound like a lot, might not, but at this time we were signing up 10,000 new merchants a week. And so that worked out to something like $40 or $50 million a year in additional revenue just from making these phone calls. So this was a tiny change to the way we thought about the business, but it had a massive impact. And I really like that idea that it's quite seductive that you can just make a few tiny changes and it has a big impact on the business. And then when I thought back about the history of PayPal before that, I realized that almost all of their growth did come from just a handful of things that they did.